All right, guys, we're back. My apologies. Internet here, very spotty. But we do the best with what we got. Sometimes we'll do really big events. We'll use like a wireless hotspot to make sure that it runs smoother. But for these little money matches and smaller tournaments and stuff, we just got to work with the internet the way it is. I've tried getting the IT guy to fix it a bit, and it doesn't seem to be coming through all the time, and it's just so random when it cuts out. It's weird. It's like sometimes there's nobody here and it's still cutting out, and other times it's great. But anyway, we're back. It's 26-25 for Julio in the Erik Vargas versus Julio Burgos match. Getting down near the end. Do me a favor, guys. Click that share button again. I'm just going to share it right now, too. And I know sometimes the share button doesn't pop up right away, but if you go into the chat, then the share button should be on there. And it looks like pretty good timing. These guys took a little break anyway. Julio missed the one. And then I think now Erik's on the 2-ball here. Long one. Tricky little shot. Needs to elevate the back end of the cue and draw this one back. Not easy. But thank you guys for being patient. I know free stream and shouldn't complain and this and that, but we still try to have good quality stuff here, so I always feel bad when it drops like that. So hopefully you guys can all just be patient with me and it'll just hang in there for us the rest of the match. Rattles that one up, but he gets second prize with the cue ball behind the 9. Julio so handy with the jump cue. You know he's going to make the ball, just a matter of where's the cue ball going to be after. And thank you for sharing, everybody out there that's tuned in all day, shared. Thank you, Andrew. And I am following the chat on the Facebook and the YouTube. Guys, we're live at Leather Pocket Billiards. If you're just tuning in, it's Erik Vargas versus Julio Burgos. Race to 35 for all the potatoes and tomatoes in Canada. And it's the rematch. It's round 3, the tiebreaker, the rubber match. Wow, he hit it right square in the face. And so Erik won the first match. Julio won the second match. And thus, we have a third match. You'd say a little unlucky there, but with how handy these guys are nowadays with the jump cue, you expect them to be a little more accurate there. But at first glance, you think, yeah, that's a little unlucky, right? Which it is. Still a little unlucky. It should be said. But you could see him, he like twisted his body after. He knew he didn't hit it as good as he could have. The caption is annoying. What caption? Edmund Chow. What caption? What am I missing? The caption of that it's a tiebreaker match? I'm confused. But tell me, if something's annoying you guys, or if you guys don't like the way we do things at Q Sports Live, we're always trying to make adjustments, and I'll never take any offense. It's okay. I can take some constructive criticism. Yeah, it's so accurate. The cue ball went in too, yeah. But, you know, he's pretty handy with that jump cue, Julio. Oh, I see what he meant. Those captions, a closed caption, that's why he erased his comment. All good. Everything's good. It's on my end. Yeah, sometimes that closed captioning is crazy and comes up with the weirdest words. I'm not sure what kind of chalk that is Erik's using. Careful, coming across the line here. Watch out. Needs to really go then. Don't think he's playing to that side of the 9. He's pointed at cutting in the bottom right, but I don't think so. He's got to cut this in the low left. Josh Myers, yeah. So you know all about the tough signal, man. You're dealing with the same thing I'm dealing with. All right, good. Eddie got it figured out, bud. Yeah, pretty good match, right? Josh, these guys match up so well. This has been a real treat. 3 matches with these guys race to 35, like giving everybody in the building a nice treat too. Calgary pool scene's been spoiled lately. And it's so nice to have some road players coming in, and hopefully this will stir up some more action too. You know, we got some other players around too, right? Just saying. Joe Spence is, you know, a local around here. Always looking for action too. Anybody wants to match up? Erik, the Eraser, getting the job done there, tying it up at 26. Shout out to Lackno Billiards Pro Shop. He's a diamond dealer. Tony Haynes in Lethbridge. He's the one that did the repairs on these tables, brought in the 2 new tables. Great service, really, really good service. Highly recommended. Diamond dealer, so if you guys are looking for a table or accessories, check them out. He just bought a nice little pool room in Medicine Hat too, set it up. It's called 616. Yeah, Josh Myers, man, you nailed it there. This is what we came for, right? Just real steady pool, man. These guys have just been giving it their all, and it's been just clean. Super clean. Not a disagreement to be had. And high level. There's been high level stuff out there. Yeah, you read it there. Teresa says Ben likes action. Who's playing Ben? I don't, you know, necessarily go around looking for matches this big, though. This is a big one. Big, big. Look at the table's got a leak. Balls are flying in now. Made the 1, 2, the 5. And he's got a good look at the 3. The only tricky thing is going to be this 4 to the 6. So we'll see if he comes around off 3 rails. I think he has to. And try to get, you know, straight. Yeah, in that area right where he pointed. Race to 9 here. Johnny's calling for a 9-pack. That'd be sweet, eh? Just busted out on him at the end. Nice break there. Look at how middle the cue ball is. Look at how Middletown the cue ball is. That's what you want to see. Big shot here. Every shot big now, but this is a big shot. He wiggles it in. This is going to overrun just a little, but he'd rather be on this side of the ball than the other side of the ball. And he's just willing it to stop. You can tell how much he wants this. It means a lot to him, you know. And because of that, I think we all know, and the crowd is into it with him today too, you know. And a nice post from Steve Wilton to try to, you know, get some more crowd built up in here. Says, should have the home field advantage, right? So let's get some more people in the building here. We're getting near the end of the match. If you're in the area, come on down. Cheer the man on. Erik Vargas, he's the local hero. Can he beat the man from Miami? Not with shots like that. I'm really surprised he didn't just take his medicine and be on the other side of the 6 with just a slow roll. Trying to come across the ball there with the inside spin and the cue ball near the rail. And you could see him. He's just not happy with himself after that shot, too. Because this is duck, duck, goose to get it to 27-26, and he'll still be trailing. Julio maybe running to the washroom quick. Ah, there he is. Yeah, big break and a good first shot. Overrun it just a little, but he was still in good position there, and he let it slip. With a chance to keep Julio in his chair. Shoot this one in the corner, you'd have to think. I'm gonna shoot in the side and draw it over. I like just shooting this one in the corner. Just pretty much get the cue ball back where it is now for the 8 next. Yeah, Dempsey, you're right, man. You're right. You get those positions like that this late in the match. I mean, the nerves are running high, tension's high. It's just, it's easy to miss those ones, but you can't, right? You can't miss them. So do me a favor, guys. If you're just tuning in, click that share button. Getting down near the end here. Race to 9 for all the tomatoes and potatoes. And I think, yeah, they're 4.5-inch pockets. That's right. Patrick asking in the YouTube. Good angle here. Going to come across the line a little bit, though, so speed control needs to be premium. Oh, he's coming underneath the 9. Dangerous. Dangerous. You can see him. He was willing the cue ball to stop. You can overrun that one. Socks with sandals on 22, yeah. That's right, Jaworski. Julio regaining the lead. 1 game closer to that elusive 35 number that he couldn't get in the first match. We got this tournament coming up next weekend, guys. If you don't have your entry in yet, get it in there. You can pay cash at LP or you can e-transfer there. I don't run a lot of tournaments, but this one I'm going to run because I'm around. And I got some good help. You know, a couple of friends are playing in the tournament too. They'll be around to help, so that's always nice. But this is a good tournament. Anybody can win this tournament. Anybody. Young, old, beginner, experienced player. Wow. He got some nice kisses there to stay on the 1. Table with the leak again. He made a couple of balls. Two rails here, right at the line of the 2 that he wants to be on. It's handy when it lays out like that after the break. He's been breaking good, though. He's getting the 1 right near the hole, and that's what you want to see. It's got the 1 under control on the break. Oh, he hit this one a little funny. He hit it a little funny. Reyes Gomez in the chat there with the vamos. That's all I got out of that, Reyes. Sorry, bud. Ali says, can hear the door. Yeah, Yeah, we're not too far away from the door, but luckily enough, we're behind a closed door in a back room, more or less a stream booth. Just happened to be the storage room we turned into a stream booth. But it's nice to not be out there in the crowd because we've done that a lot with streams, and it's tough. Really tough just being out there in the middle of the room. Edge in this one, getting safe underneath the 10-8. It's going to leak out. Arms flapping in the air. He'll always tell you what he's feeling. He'll tell you how it's going out there, that's for sure. You just got to look at his body language. You'll know. But on those little touchy shots, you really favor a player of his level to get it done underneath the 10-8, like on the rail. So when he doesn't get it done, yeah, he's going to be upset. I would be too. Safety in return for Erik. This one's going to leak out. Not sure where he's going with that one. Not sure what he was trying to achieve with that one. Maybe didn't have a lot of good options. Trying to chip the 3 to the right side rail. Freeze the cue ball on the end rail. Sometimes you just don't have a lot, and you just got to leave your opponent in a tough little spot and see what he does. Like that. I think like he's trying to make the 5 there, but then the cue ball's tracking pretty far away from the 3, so somewhat confusing shot. Looks like he's playing like a 2-way, but what's he doing next on the 3? So Erik with a chance for a safety here. He needs to play a good one here. Try to get this to 27 all. He's got an opportunity. I mean, he could go for the pot in the top right here. And you don't hate it. Coming with some draw and some left spin. It is there. It is there, but it's a big shot. Let's see if he can get it done. He's gearing himself up for it. And thanks, Reyes. Greetings to you too, my friend. Oh, what a shot. What a super, super shot. One of the best shots of the match so far in the situation. In the situation. What a shot that was. He had to come with it there. Pumped it over nicely for position on the 4. One more good shot required, though. He's not out of the woods yet. He looks to be pretty straight in on this 4. And maybe only able to draw back kind of towards the 10 line. Yeah, does the 5 play in the side from over there? With the ability to get on the 8 easily? I don't know. Tough to see the angle from where I am, that's for sure. I'm way back here in a closed room. No, I'm just kidding, from the camera angle. And if you guys are wondering about the shake a little bit, it's I put the tripod on a table over there, and the players just have their cues over there a little bit. So they're making a little motion in the ocean here and there, but the angle stayed straight, so I must have taped the tripod down good. Oh, wow, he slapped at that one. Is the 8-ball going to come to the rescue here? A little bit. But did he ever slap at that one? His cue must have came past the rail like Bustamante style. Because you don't see him missing that one by that much very often. Is Julio looking at the rail first to try to clip that one in? I think he is. Which tells me that the 8-ball's covered a lot of the 4. The idea here is get the cue ball long going up towards the 5. But you can drive right by it sometimes. We've all done that. We've all been there, done that. Because you want to load it up with siding, but you don't want to like masse it over there because then you end up hitting the 4 thick. And like I said, there's like a lot of intent there to get safe. It's not just about hitting the 4 or trying to make the 4. It's about getting the separation. At this level, these guys kick so good, there's always some intent there. And I think at any level, you should have that intent. Whether you execute it perfectly all the time or not, you should be getting used to those habits of just playing the right shot. So maybe you like to load it up with more spin, and then that way you make sure you get the hit. But that's not the right way to play it. Spinning this one over towards the 9 nicely. Got a good angle on that 8 where he could do that pretty easily, coming right at the 9 ball. This shot, he's coming across the line a little bit. But anywhere middle table should get the job done. A little bit longer than you'd love to see it. He's really good at bearing down on these shots. Clean. Clean, and the crowd likes it. And I got to run to the washroom too, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, momentum instantly stopped there. Cue ball in the drink. Wide open spaces. Yeah, mishit it. He mishit it. It's off center, and it got kind of punched over there. Balls are over the holes here. Nothing to do. Nothing to do here. Race to 8 from here, man. These guys are keeping it nice and close. Good pool. It's just these small mistakes like the mishit on the break and stuff like that. Just gonna add up, right? Duck, duck, goose. Just giving it the B, sure. Doesn't want to be reaching too far when he shoots a 9, I think. But he wants to be dead straight in. Yeah, I think going over there is fine, and then you're right-handed. It's okay. Can see both the players just slowing down a little bit. Just trying to make sure with these last couple of balls, and don't take anything for granted. Not at this stage in the match. Every ball is so big. Ronnie Wiseman in the YouTube chat trying to get action. Who wants to play a set of one paquitos for some dineros? What do they do if it goes hill-hill? Man, they're going to play the one game. How exciting would that be? Score in the second set, Jim Murray, I believe it was 35-27 for Julio. He played real nice down the back stretch. He was up 34-26, which is similar to what Erik did to him in the first match. Erik was up 34-26. Julio rattled off 4 quick racks and got to 34-30 before Erik got the job done. But this is much, much different. This is a much different feel this match has to it. Does kind of have the makings of hill-hill. 3 balls going to get in the game here on the 2, and that's why you can see Julio stopped there. Not impressed with where this is landed. That 1 ball's been going in a lot. And they're not trying to make the 1, but it does go in sometimes. Can't play the combo from this distance. Not at this stage. Maybe in game 1. Not when you're 7 games away from the finish line. You've been playing for 7 hours. Oh, he tried to bank it on the other side of the 6, guys. He's not trying to put it over there because it's near the hole. He might have got away with it a little bit here because he just beat the double kiss too. If you watch that, just beat the double kiss. Well, Erik's got a couple of options here. I think if he can't see enough of this 2 ball to make it, he's got the top rail to kick it safe, which is what he's looking at. Ideally, you hit the backside of the 2, and you bank the 2 between the 310 to the other end rail. And if you get below the 6 off the left side rail, bonus. Erik's really good at these little shots, so you got to put him at a 50-50 to get this one contained safe, and, you know, maybe 20% of the time he's going to get cover behind the 6 or the 10 or the 9. Yeah, contained safe. 50-50 of the time. Good shot, Erik Vargas. I think Efren kind of opened everybody's eyes to the kick safe in the 90s and the 80s. And my favorite part of the game by far, I think the most intricate part of the game, the hardest part to execute. And I think that's what makes it so appealing. But it's something that you just can't see how difficult that really is to execute, that shot that Erik just played there. Going beneath the 3 here. Hoping the 10 kind of gets in the game a little bit too. Is the 5 in the way of the pot in the side? Imagine Erik's going to call it in the side, even if it's half covered, because what he wants to do is get the cue ball maybe to this bottom rail here. Don't mind the shake there, guys. Just the players got their cues on the table where I set up the tripod with the camera, and I didn't want to ask them to move around too much. Want to make sure they're comfortable, so they're okay there, and it's taped down so the angle's held up. It's all good. Up and over this 3 with the next jump cue. I couldn't keep the cue ball on the table. Couldn't keep the cue ball on the table. And now, big chance for Julio to get a 2-game lead here late in the match is big. These are big moments here. Nerve-wracking moments for the players. Nerve-wracking moments for the fans. Lots of Erik Vargas fans out there. I went out there to use the washroom, and there's a big crowd out there watching this. Big crowd. Trying to cheer on Erik to the win. You know they're nervous for him, too. Look at this coming between the 9-10 window. Good control there. Using his talent to get through there. Probably just small stun follow here. He wants a little angle on the 7, but nothing crazy. Just small angle's fine. Yeah, small stun follow there, and then just run this off 2 rails straight at the 9. Lots of right spin here is okay. Coming right at the 9. Found a nice line there for these last couple of balls. And this 10 ball for a 2-game lead. Pumps it. 29-27. Julio Burgos coming with it at the end here. Been breaking good. Watch the cue ball. Oh, it was tracking. Everything's going to get in the way of the 1 here. But saving grace for him is that the 3's tied up. So on the push out here, he doesn't need to tie up a ball. He probably just pushes to the top rail over there, maybe near the 7. Yeah, that's right. As Anthony says there, Julio from living in Miami. He's from Puerto Rico. Fred wants to know, same amount in the middle as the last one? I'm not sure, you guys. I'm not sure how much in the middle this time. Fatigue got to be a factor. That's right. Yeah, typically going to favor the younger guy. And, you know, Julio's definitely younger than Erik. I haven't asked him how old he is, but definitely younger. But Erik, not an old man. He's very young himself. Still plenty in the tank. And I know he's been really taking care of himself lately, so the stamina should be good for him. As long as he's been, you know, having something like a snack here and there, and be over there drinking water, staying hydrated. Does all the right things to keep his energy up, so he's played lots of these long races. But like Jakey says there, time to dig deep, Vargas. Back against the wall, down 29-27. Wouldn't say the whole world's watching, but lots of people watching. Time to see what you're made of. This is one thing I do really love about these big matches. Playing them is you do really get to see what you're made of. Ronnie wants to know, would I play a match like this? If the opportunity arose, I probably would, but I'm not looking to bet that much. If you know what I mean. It's a pretty sick feeling when you lose these ones. It's hard to sleep for a while. I've never bet that much. I've never played a match for that much. So I wouldn't completely know, but I have played some big matches and very tough to sleep after. There's been some tournament matches, finals and stuff where I lost and it was tough to sleep after too, but not the same. Not the same. I like to have fun when I play pool. And I actually really enjoy this. You know, as long as I'm not doing it every day. I mean, to do it 3 or 4 days a week even would be okay. Maybe 5 days a week with the commentary would be fine. It was when we were doing the commentary 6 days a week and traveling a ton, and it became very tough. But I think now with it being more remote, probably I could get into it again. I do enjoy it. And I really don't mind doing it by myself and just analyzing the racks and yucking it up with you guys out there. But yeah, I mean, if the if the opportunity arose and somebody said, "Hey, you want to play this guy?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, we'll give him a whirl." I took the summer off, but I've been back for 3 weeks practicing, and I'm hitting the ball not so bad. Good safety from Erik. You see, he just gets these ones right all the time. And that one was a tricky one all the way around the world there. Julio with the jump at the 3 and the draw towards the 7. Whew, not far off. Going to kiss the 5. It's going to bounce out and leave Erik a shot into the corner pocket. And an opportunity that you feel like he absolutely cannot let slide. And yeah, as Farhat says there, I am still a hack. I learned from the best, my friend. I learned from the best. oddly enough as this sounds, I would like to try somebody in a race to 120. A 3-day match, 40 each match. I picked up running a couple years ago, and I kind of want to, like, see who has the most stamina. And thanks, Jesse. That's right. Got to be young for these matches, right? Need the stamina. And you're welcome, Waylon. Says thanks for the stream. And everybody else out there tuning in, thank you guys for joining me here all day. And I know it's been a long one, but you guys are doing great out there. And thank you all for everybody who shared it and clicked the thumbs up on the YouTube. That goes a long way. You get these matches out to other people who love to watch pool too, that are just like you guys. Patrick Neal wants to know which snacks are best for maintaining your focus and stamina in these long matches. I think a banana and a granola bar, protein bar, whatever you prefer. I know some people can't really stomach those protein bars. But, like, just light stuff, man. Just don't eat a cheeseburger and fries. In my opinion. Just my opinion. Maybe, like, some almonds, you know. Brain food. I've won some good tournaments eating, like, a veggie platter in between matches or something, you know. Yeah, and Joshua said it best, too. It's like, these long matches are really a test of will. That's one thing that I do like about them, is it really, you're going to find something out about yourself. You really will. Get to learn, see what you're made of out there. Erik's made of nothing but heart. We know that. We've seen it. I like what Plowman says. At this point, is it win by 2? You got to feel like it should be, right? Got these nice arena billiard lights here at LP. We're super spoiled at LP. If you guys have never been here, you got to come check it out. Sweet little pool room. They always give us the best equipment to play on. Ever since previous owner, who a few years ago passed away, Len Sabitny, and he just, he was always for the players. We said, hey, Lenny, can you get us some diamond tables? And he got us some 7-foot diamond tables, and then a couple of years went by, and we were like, hey, Lenny, can we get some 9-foot diamonds? And so he got us some 9-foot diamonds, and then a little time went by, and he said, how about some new balls? These Arcos 2 balls. Like, yeah, sure, let's get those 2. And he always took care of the players. He was a big fan of the game, and more than that, he was a big fan of the people. And he really made this pool room what it is, and we'll never forget him. And his jersey's up there on the wall. If you guys ever come in, you look when you walk in the door to the right. There's 2 jerseys up there. One of them's Barry Huey. The other one's Len Spitney. Well, always be remembered in this room as long as it's around. And even at a next room, I think I've said it before. I mean, we're super, super blessed, and we're very, very lucky to have this pool room here. But what really makes the room is the people inside it. The players are just, it's a very, very unique family that I hope somebody and everybody out there gets a chance to be a part of at some point in their life. Get to be a part of a family like the pool family. Pretty amazing people, and in particular the Calgary pool scene. Pretty amazing people. Yeah, one of Len's greatest legacies, Kevin Plowman said it there, is the free Christmas dinner. That is very, very special. And thanks to guys like Ben DeWolf and other volunteers and the new ownership, Len's daughter, that tradition has carried on and will carry on. Yeah, there you go. Ronnie St. Onge got the stats there from the fighter jet pilots, how to stay awake, what to eat, right? Eddie wants to play a one-day race to 120. That'd be the longest day ever. Look, these guys race to 35. It takes 10 hours. So I don't think you get it done in one day, pal. I think you need more than 24 hours. But if you're saying no, going to sleep, then that's tough. Yeah, like Ozzy says, 30 to 35 hours. Don Davidson, we need to get Simon Pickering out for a matchup in Calgary. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Erik went out there and played him and lost. Erik went to Vancouver. He went to Simon and played. So I think it's Simon's turn to come out here. That's right. I did read a thing from Simon. He was doing some stuff with a movie, I believe it was, or a TV series, something like that, where they had him using his pool expertise. And he said it gave him the itch again. It made him realize how talented he is, and he is a super talented player. And I thought that all through the summer, I was just like, when you don't play and you have an ability, it feels like a waste of your talent. So, I felt what he was saying there. 20-second shot clock with a timeout, and it wouldn't be too bad, says Brian. Yeah. You know who could do it? Me and Aaron Arganoza. Or me and Julio. I bet we could get it done. Race 120 in one day. Maybe me and Aaron. We'll play fast enough. No looking at shape allowed. No walking around to double check the line allowed. Man, if he called a 10 there, that was a sick effort. Sick effort if he called the 10 there. And he almost got the safe. He got it pretty safe, let's not lie, but he almost got full cover on this 2-ball. He's left a real tough one for Erik here. I'm not sure he's got good return safety. Trying to escape there off a thin hit. Very tough from far away. Ronnie says you'd never want to play a stealth fighter pilot in a one-day race. One-day race to 120. Yeah, you don't want to play a stealth fighter pilot. Yeah, Don commentated that match. Erik and Simon Pickering. That was a good match. I do remember that one. Simon played really well. It's one of those things, we talked about it, like home crowd's an advantage, right? Simon had the corner there with them. They were cheering him on hard. Ooh, Barbox 10-ball race to 120 in a single day. There you go, Eddie. That might get it done. Erik real thin on this one with, okay, he's trying to use the 5. He didn't get it there. All he did was hang it out to dry over the side pocket. Easy position for Julio. Tough spot he was in there. There wasn't a lot of ways to escape that. So he tried to knock it behind the 5, but that was tricky from that distance to control it that well. Could have contemplated hitting it a little firmer, but just was not easy from there. Well, Julio a little bit on the wrong side of this 3, so he's got to move the cue ball a bit here, jack up a bit. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, he draws it towards the 5. I guess he does want to make sure he's got some angle on the 4. He should just be able to touch this one in and shoot the 5 in the right side next pretty easily. Jim Murray says I should try to get the Predator gig like Orlifson. Well, you guys give me a shout out whenever you want. And tell them, I'm available. I have cues and I will travel. I have a voice and I will travel. And my voice will travel. But in all seriousness, yeah, of course, I'd love to. I'd love to give it a try. And yeah, Patrick, you got that right. The room owners here now are super great, and the previous room owner was a real gem of a human being. And thanks, Chris. Yeah, if I'm in the zone, we can get her done, right? Race to 120. I like to motor around the table. Valley 10 ball. I'm just kidding. Is this one going to get far enough that he can just draw this back? Or is he dealing with one of these tricky little angles? He might be, you know? Like where you almost don't have enough angle to just punch it up table, and you're not straight in enough to just draw it back. Seems to be pretty fearless on these kind of shots, though. He says, yeah, land right there, perfect. That's where I want you. Straight in on the 10 to get it to 30. Still this 2-game lead he's holding on to late in the match is a little worrying for Erik. He's running out of time here. Shout out to my man Nick with Nick's Cue Innovation. You guys need a tip done, a wrap done. You need a jump cue, brake cue, a carbon shaft, a keelwood shaft. You need to buy some gloves, chalk. He's the man. He's got his phone number up there. And you don't have to be local if you got some cue repair that you need and you don't have a local cue repair guy. You can ship your equipment to Nick. He'll do the repair and ship it back. All at a pretty affordable price. Pretty handy guy to have. And we're very lucky to have him around here at Leather Pocket. Oh, he hit that break sweet. Cue ball gets kissed a little bit, the one's over the hole. Is the 2 cooperating with the 4? I don't think so. It looked like the 2 just drifted a little to the left and maybe now doesn't pass the 4. 10 in the way, so that's going to be a big factor in this rack. He's not panicking about it, so that tells me he can just get center table. No, he's trying to get underneath it, I think. What's he looking at there? Yeah, he's trying to get underneath that 2 ball. Looks like he did. Got it straight in the side. What a shot. What a shot from where he was there. Punched it all the way down there like that. Dude can shoot, let me tell you. Wiggled that one in there, but it finds the back of the pocket. Looking good here. This would be a big break and run. Put some major pressure on Erik coming down the back half of this match. Back stretch here. The final stretch. The beginning of the end. This guy should sell some poison cues, man. Unbelievable. Hey, thanks, Grant Temp. I learned from the best. Wes wants me to rate Nick's jump cue compared to others on the market. Man, it's like with the best of the best. I love the Predator cue. I'm a big, big fan. I'm not just saying that because they sponsor me as a player, but the cue just performs so well. But Nick's jump cue right there, right alongside it, performs so well, that cue. Gets over the ball super easy, super accurate. Just need to draw this one back. A little soft draw, I think. Oh, he's got the punch off the side rail. He's not getting there. He's not getting where he wanted to be. And this is getting interesting now. This is another one a little deceiving. I think he's hitting this ball so thin that the cue ball's catching the horn of the side pocket and probably giving him natural position. But it is thin. It's very missable at high speed. And close to the ball, sometimes we can misjudge the contact where it'll skid just a little bit. Sometimes you gotta aim this one just a little thinner than what you think. And reaching a bit. A little thinner than what you think, and he overcut it. Look at this, gonna knock the 9 over the pocket. Gonna knock the 9 over the pocket. Julio says, we don't need a ref. He's like, this is, if I double hit it, you're gonna know right away. Definitely did not need a ref there. Erik was just making sure, but 31-28. Julio with a big break and run there. A big moment in this match. Comes with the break and run. These guys started at about 1 o'clock today, so they're on 7.5 hours into this match. This is stream number 3. We had a couple internet problems, as per usual. My apologies for that, guys, but looks like we're okay now. Knock on wood. And shout out to my man Tony Haynes with Lackno Billiards Pro Shop. He's a diamond dealer, guys, so you need to get a diamond table. He's the guy to contact. He just opened a new room in Medicine Hat called 616. Got some diamond tables in there. Go check them out. Nice break. Squared that one up. One ball's getting kissed all over the place, and it's getting locked up behind the 3. So I feel like Erik probably gets a shot at this table. Barring Julio getting the jump cue and drawing this one in with the jump, that would be a lot to ask for. Sometimes it's tough. Where are you going to push out? Where are you going to push? All the balls are over the hole, right? And thanks, Eddie Chow. Don wants to know, do I know the cost of his jump cue? I'm not sure the cost, no. Because it can vary depending on what you're looking for in the wood on the butt end and stuff like that, right? And I'm not even sure the time frame. Definitely just best to give Nick a call. Give him a text. Send him some smoke signals. He's got a pretty cool Facebook page too, you guys. Go check out his Facebook page where he's doing demos of these cues all the time. Okay, so he pushed to a funny spot here where the jump is on, but where's the shape on the 2 coming from? Because it looks like he's on the wrong side of town here. Yeah, I'm not really sure he was supposed to shoot that. I'm not really sure he was supposed to shoot that. He might have been supposed to. He might have been supposed to hand that one back, which is hard to do. You never really want to give one back. Man, nice to have friends. Steph Toy just popped in the booth and gave me a sweet Predator hat. Love it. Nice. I needed a new Predator hat. How did she know? Oh, yeah, she watches me play all the time. Erik trying to find a safety here with the kick. That's not bad, you know. The 8's going to cover a lot of this 2 ball. He's going to buy himself another shot. We've seen Julio bank some crazy balls in, but I don't know about this one. Thanks, Wayne and Karen Nagel. Appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys out there watching, too. You guys make the streams what they are, you know. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. Ryan, yeah, ordered some cues from Tony a few years ago. Really nice guy and easy to deal with. That's exactly how I would word the service from Tony as well. Man, he was so easy to deal with. Just very, very professional, good service. He was quick, let me tell you. When they did the tables here in August, him and one helper did 18 tables in 3 days. Figure that out. 10 9-foots and 8 7-foot diamonds in 3 days with Simonis. He's good. Oh, he slaps at the cut shot. I didn't think he had enough to make that. He's going to leave Erik a tester here. Real long. Real long, and the cue ball close to the rail and the back against the wall. Erik's got to find something here or he's going to be in big trouble. Ronnie, you want a backflip for the hat? Okay. Oh, flip a coin. I see. Yeah, no. Virtual coin flip? And then I have to mail you the hat? No, I'm going to keep the hat. I like hats. Mark Nickel. I'm not sure how much is in the middle there, but there's a lot of tomatoes, man. They got a lot in the middle. Erik going to try to jack up and draw this one in a little bit. How steady is that under pressure, guys? How steady is that under the gun? You think he's got some heart. Showing it there, showing the bottle there. Nice control, too, with the position. Yeah, Martin can attest to Tony's work there, too. Martin got some table adjustments done, and Tony's great. And you're welcome, Brad. Little combo here. He's got to watch where the 5 goes. Got to try to keep it over the side pocket. Nice and soft. Oh, yeah. Looking good here to get it to 31-29. You feel like there's still lots left in this match. Still a few twists and turns, right? These guys have been playing so close over these 3 matches. Okay, he'd rather not be on the left side of this 6, so you hope he's kind of straight in. Could just draw this one back, so he wants to shoot the 8 in the side next. He punches it over. Oh, and he's inch perfect here. It's ball in hand shape. Just need to be sure where you're going to be on the 9. Make a good decision. Do you want to be straight in? Do you want a little angle going to the rail? Kind of like trying to be straight in next, but playing with the Revo with the carbon, you're wanting to land straight in a lot because the cue goes so straight. It's point and click. And the draw shot is so easy with the carbon nowadays with the Revo. But Erik's so smooth down on the cue with the draw as well. Could draw the ball with the broom handle, I'm sure. You can hear the crowd out there. Trying to will him on. Trying to will him on. Still lots of left. Lots of left. Still lots left in this match. I'm 7.5 hours in, so English is getting harder. Words are becoming difficult. But the voice is held up thanks to the ginger ale, the water, and my good bro Sam the Beard getting me a cappuccino from Tim Hortons and a donut. It's keeping me in it, guys. Never surrender, says Albert. Man, you got that right. How many times you see all different score lines? Like when you play pool for a while, you're going to see all kinds of crazy things happen. So you just got to keep your head in it, wait for your opportunities, and try to get the job done, you know, and just rely on your practice and stick to your routine and see what happens out there. Apologies for the motion in the ocean there, guys. They got the cues and stuff resting on the table where I got the tripod set up with the camera, but it's all right. Angle's holding up good. Okay, you feel like this break shot probably big moment in this match. The eraser coming down the stretch. It's moving time. says CJ. Yeah, Erik does a lot of remote commentary, that's right. I wonder, Blaine says, will this be a 3-part series or a 5-part series? Wow, look at the break. Look at the break. He's got all the balls in on the break. Sprung a leak, this table. One big shot on this 2-ball. One big shot on the 2-ball. Boss Mustang wants to know if Nick's Q Innovation will do a pin change. Absolutely. He's the man for the job. Nick's Q Innovation. He can do it all, man. I've seen him, like, bring Qs back from the dead when it looked like they were toast. He just come back from the dead. Like, I can remember one instance of a player dropping their cue on a, like, linoleum floor. And it more or less exploded. Like, the butt end split into, like, a whole bunch of pieces. Like, split, shattered. And he, like, put it all back together, sent it all down, refinished it, got it all looking nice. And then it looked good, but it played good too. I couldn't believe how good it played after. You think it would never play the same again, and he had it playing nice. Looked like something just catching Erik's eye there a little bit to the right side, which is worrying because that's a little bit where Julio's sitting, or where Julio's camp is sitting, where Julio's corner is, right over there. Erik just trying to get them to stay still. Such a big shot. This is such a big shot in this match. You can't really roll this one in. But what he could do is kind of stun it over towards the 8, I mean the cue ball. And if he misses the 2, then it might be safe, but it shouldn't really be the focus. Focus got to be just bear down and make this 2 ball, right? Is that the 5 over the hole or the 3? Because that makes it way tougher if he's got to get to the 4 from this 2. He's overcut it a little, but he's wiggled it in there. And it's obviously the 3 over the hole here because he doesn't look disappointed. Full ball hooked on the 4 if that was the case. Big shot that was. He overcut it by just a hair, but the speed was nice and it wiggled in there. This shot can be a little deceiving because with the cue ball close to the rail, you can catch this one a little full and end up behind the 9 pretty easy. See him jacking up. And that's why you see him take his medicine there. He's not willing to punch between the 9-10 there. Because what can happen is you catch that ball a little full and the spin dies on you. And you end up behind the 9 a lot of times. So, smart shot to stay below this 4. It cuts in the side pretty easy from here. Position to the 8, pretty available. In the same pocket, I think. Looks good. You'd like this to slow down just a little bit. And it does. And it does. And with the 10 kind of over the hole, there's not a lot to do here. You just need to get some kind of shot on the 9. Some kind of high percentage shot. Don't want to be shooting it from a mile away. But it looks like he's going to go to the top rail with a bounce. And it looks pretty good from me. Little top, little right. I caught it with some left. Watch out. Where's this going? Excuse me, guys. It retract a little further than he would like, and now he's got a bit of a nervy shot on this 9 ball. Shooting towards the crowd a bit over there too. So you gotta hope everybody's holding their breath over there. It becomes a little harder to focus as you get fatigued, but also obviously later in the match when the pressure is high, you kind of start to find things to distract you a bit more. Gotta bear down here. He does bear down. And the crowd likes it. The crowd likes it. They're clapping. And I like that. They're clapping on the 9 ball when he gets on the 10. And clap again when he makes the 10. And I love that Steve Wilton has managed to fire up this crowd with a sweet Facebook post. Hats off. Steve Wilton, if you're out there, buddy, you did good, my friend. Win or lose with this match, it's nice to fire up the crowd. It's making everybody excited to watch pool, and I love it. Thanks, Valerie Bedard. I'm loving it, man. I've been fired up for this match since they announced there was going to be a tiebreaker on Saturday. I couldn't wait. It's funny because I'm not playing in this match, but I could barely sleep last night. I was so excited. It's easier. This job is a lot easier when, you know, you're excited for it, of course, like any job. If you're real happy and excited for it and you love it, then it's easy to do. And I'm a big fan of both these players, of course. They both played awesome. They showed us a whole bunch of shots. I'm always learning something out there. Erik got to dig deep here, down 31-30. He's right in this match. He's one good break away from tying this one up. Let's see what he's got here. He mishit it, but he's got a ball down. Cue ball towards the side pocket. He's going to see the one with, I think, a pretty layup safety underneath the 9-4, in my opinion. Good look here from Erik. He mishit that break, but he's made a ball, and he's got to look at the one, so. And sometimes that kind of stuff can bother your opponent too, you know, which it shouldn't because you can't control that, so how can it bother you? But it does bother you. And what I mean is, like, he almost scratched in the side, and you see players roll their eyes and throw their head back and put their cue down, and they do all these dramatic things when, you know, their opponent gets a little lucky, but that's the game. 2 rails. Now he's going 1 rail, nice and simple, getting the side to side. Doesn't try to wedge him. He wants the 1 behind the 8, which he's done nicely. The only problem sometimes here is you put it near the 8, and then it becomes easier to stick behind it. But in this situation, I don't know if he can. He's going to go 2 rails and try to make contact here. And it's maybe not so easy to get separation here or to get any kind of like stick underneath the 8. Let's see if he calls the 10. He's looking at the 10. I mean, it's headed that way. I might call the 10. Yeah, there you go. Really, the hit and the separation is the idea here. We'll see what kind of speed he hits it at. Pretty hard. It's coming around the mountain. Gets a kiss on the cue ball, a kiss on the 6 and a kiss on the cue ball, and it's sold out a nice makeable shot for Erik here to get it to 31 all. I don't know, are you guys as nervous as I am? This is nerve-wracking stuff. Erik gets to the table with a good look here. 1 to the 3 over the hole down there, and then the 4 to the 5 is going to be the key. 5 doesn't pass the 8 in the side, so the angle on the 4 needs to be good. Coming 2 rails between the 8-5, I think, with the cue ball here. Plays it at some high speed. He's going to kiss off the 8. And how handy is that to move the 8 out of the way of the 5? Those are the kind of things that I see from Alex all the time, but I'm sure he wasn't playing that kiss off the 8. There's no way. It was just way too high risk. But he did play that at some high speed, right? Well, he'd love to get the cue ball back where it is now, but I think he might have to go to the other side of the 7. Yeah, this side of the 7 maybe. Risky to try to get the window between the 6-7. It can go wrong. Softly to the other side of the 7. Big mistake. Big, big, giant mistake. To go straight into the 7 from where he was there, big mistake. And now he needs to come with such a big jump shot to save himself here. And it's going to do only 2 things. Either going to really fire him up or it's going to really bring him down, you know. Because you can see him, he's just frozen in time over there. Really upset with himself. But I'll tell you what, this next jump cue, it gets over the ball so easy. You got to put him like 60-40 to make this ball. And I'm not exaggerating. Don't tell Erik, but his shirt's inside out. It is, isn't it? But maybe he likes it like that. You never know with him. Danny wants to know, why is it a tiebreaker? Because these guys played 2 matches already in a week. They already played 2 of these races to 35. And so this is the rubber match. Erik won the first match. Julio won the second match. This is the tiebreaker. And this is a big shot. Keep the eye on the 4 ball here, I find, is the trick for me anyway. Not to look at the cue ball too long, but look at the 4. Man, he hit it so good. And he's real upset because he rattled it. But what he's more upset about is the fact that he landed underneath the 7 like that. Big, big mistake. And those are the kind of mistakes you just can't afford to make late in the match. Julio just switching hands, no problem with the little stop shot there. I love CJ's comment. It's reversible. The other side is a white. It's the same shirt you usually see him wearing, the white shirt. Just inside out. Fetter Josh with Nick's jump cue, says Joshua. That's what he feels like. It looks good here. He's just got to watch that left side pocket a little bit. I don't think he goes forward and underneath the 8. I think he draws over. But when the nerves are running high, it's easy to miss hit this one a little bit. That's why I see him looking. Can he go forward? Between the 8-10 with some top. That would take away the scratch. He plays a draw. He's going to kiss the 10. Good shot. That's a good shot. He's got a nice angle here. Get out to middle table for the 9. Nice top spin straight at the 10, the line of the 10. This one to get it to 32-30, man. What a match these guys are having. Unbelievable stuff. Still anybody's match, but Julio getting closer, getting ever closer to that finish line, that 35. There's my man there. You guys want to get your hands on one of those jump cues like Erik has there. This is the guy to call. Thanks, Ren. You're too nice. She's my biggest fan. How big is Julio's crew? He's got 3 or 4 with him today. Was he trying to go outside the 7 or go between the 6 and the 7? You know, I'm not really sure there. Oh, nice pop on this break. He's going to make all the balls again. Watch this. And the 1 over the hole. Is the 3 going to cooperate? I don't think it is. Let's check his body language. Nope. Tell by the slow march away. He'd be gunning for his shooting cue if that 3 went. He'd be gunning it over there because he's got a nice angle here on the 1 to come 2 or 3 rails around straight at the 2 ball. But what's he got from the 2 to the 3? So now he might need to play it in a different way with the draw on the 1 to get some angle on the 2 to maybe nudge the 3 open. Or is there a billiard off the side of the 3 to make the 9? Got to make the 1 ball first. Look at this. He comes around. He was going to play a 2-10 combo, and he landed dead straight in on it. And he's laughing at his guys in his corner. Jonathan Daniel Morin. You're a funny guy. You can get a small, oh yeah. Erik needs a big one, though. Erik needs to dig really deep here. Try to find a good safety and just, you know, game by game. The Zempster would love to see it go hill, wouldn't we all at this stage? I mean, even everybody out there that's involved on the side, I think they're at this point, they kind of love to see it. Let's see what happens when they go hill. Okay, going to get a ref in here to watch this one with the video from the side because they had some disagreements before with shooting over a ball, shooting near a ball like this. Erik just wants to make sure if the 5, or rather, is that the 3 or the 5? I think probably the 3. If that ball moves with him shooting over it, I think they've agreed that it's a foul. Rattled it. And these pockets will do that to you. This is a tight little diamond table. Tight little diamond table that'll swallow you up if you're not aiming right in the heart of the pocket there. Could see him rattle up a couple of balls, rattle up the one twice in this game. 2 big 1 balls, too. I mean, the difference between 33 to 30 and 32-31, big, giant difference at this stage in the match. Yeah, Aaron, can you imagine if they went hill, and then they just reset and race to 40 like tomorrow? Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe they need a day of rest. Monday. Good for me, yeah. Yeah. Keeps me busy anyway, right? Why not? I love pool. Why not? Okay, bit of a tricky one here. That's why you don't see him just getting up and firing it, because going forward, you're almost dealing with the 5. You don't really have enough angle to come around off 3 rails, and if you draw it back, it's almost too much angle, and you can end up on the wrong side of the 2 a little bit, dealing with the 10 and the 9. I think the rail first, just what he looked at there. Rail first with some top and some left. This one requires a really good touch. Supreme control, the cue ball needed here. Like how many, not how big are they? That's funny, Blaine. Did Dunn bet on this one? You better bet he bet on this one. Blaine wants to know, am I going to play all the events at Derby? Assuming I can make it out there, yeah. Oh, man, and Erik with the missed one, too. That 1 ball doesn't want to cooperate for these guys, right? He got second prize with the safety here. And Julio may be looking at 2 or 3 rails in behind this ball. And, yeah, Jules, BCA deciding to go with all ball fouls. I mean, maybe just too many disagreements, right? So they've said, that's enough. You touch a ball, it's a foul. Pretty good hit there. What's he trying to will to happen? The 8 in the way is what he needs. I think he's got it in the way. Erik looked at kind of thinning this one and sending the cue ball towards the 2 off the second rail. And then just leaving the 1 behind the 8, 9. I think that's what he's looking at. Yeah, because he knows he has so much protection from the 9 ball there. Worst case, the 8 ball, you know, protects him too. There's definitely no easy combo even from a kick shot here. Gonna get the ref in, just take a check, take a little look-see at the video just in case this one is questionable. 5 minutes look and then miss, says Chris. He had the worst angle there. I mean, that's where pool is so tough, because from the video you really can't see how hard the shots are and how difficult it is to get position from that 1 ball to the 2 where Erik was just super underrated. And this stage in the match, you don't want to be rushing that one. You got to really make a good choice and, you know, give yourself the best chance. Now he's looking at underneath, but yeah, they need a ref either way. I think I like this way. Just touch it from underneath, right? Ooh, this is a close one. Erik's going straight at the 1 ball, but I thought this was close to hitting the 8 first, to be honest. It's a good hit. It's a good hit, but he has sold out the shot on the 1. And I don't think the 3 passes the 8, but I think the billiard, like coming off the side of the 3 to make the 8's definitely there. I love the response there. What's he looking at? How to shoot and how to leave? It's pretty much the name of the game, yeah. But that's the stuff you want to look at. Take your time, and you can't imagine the pressure these guys are under, right? Blaine said foul on that shot. I don't know. They slow-moed it. That's a tough one to call, right? I think they slow-moed it and took a look and said it was good, so. But, yeah, man, that's a tight one to call. I just rewatched it on the YouTube. They got a ref. They figured it out. Erik didn't mind. Yeah, Ali, if they could stop table 22. What a shot. What a super shot that is. Yeah, maybe time to stop table 22, but I think the guys that are playing there, they know what's going on over here, so it's okay. It's Saturday night in the pool room, too, so, you know, can't close all the tables. But if it was my choice, yeah, lock the door, lock them in here. Lock everybody in. No one's allowed to come or go until this match is over. Actually, I take that back. You can come in, but you can't go. You're not allowed to leave. This tells me the 3 passes. The angle that he got on this tells me the 3 passes. Bit of a reach here, though. He left this in a bit of an awkward spot. Yeah, they got the ref, so they know what they're doing out there, right? That's why they got the ref. Chris Page, it's race 35, my friend. It's race to 35. Getting near the end of it. They've been playing about 8 hours now, and what a match it's been. Giving the crowd the full entertainment. You figure this one's got another twist or turn or turns and twists left in it still. Yeah, I see Erik. He left this one in an awkward spot. And where he was on the ball before, he kind of had whatever he wanted to do on this ball. So I'm really surprised he left it in this kind of awkward spot. Now shooting with the rest. He's going to get on the short side of the 5 here. Straight in the side pocket. This is just fine. That's a good shot if that's where he was playing it to. You'd like to think he was playing in the corner, but the way he accelerated through that and landed straight in the side, you can't question him, right? What's the race? 100. I'm just kidding. I'm guessing you guys are friends. Chris and Ma Dukes. All the way down past the 10. Smart way to play it. Don't flirt with the 9-10 there, trying to get the window. He played that very smart. Go all the way past it. How high you think the nerves are running right now? You think the adrenaline is just pumping? He's getting through the ball nice. You like to see him accelerating through it like that. He's so smooth all the time, but you like to see him not letting up on the stroke and just getting through it nice. And the crowd getting in there with him. Erik running to the washroom quick. You can't blame him. Big stage in the match here. You got to keep everything composed out there. Here's the next big tournament we got coming up just next weekend, and deadline for entry is September 25th, as you can see there on the poster. So make sure you get your entries in before it's too late. And this is a nice tournament. Anybody can win this tournament. 15-game medium Fargo race is crazy. I'm spotting some guys 12-3. They go to 3, I go to 12. If anybody ever gives me that, I'd love to try my luck. If anyone out there is interested. Josh Filler gives me 12-3. I'll try him out a little bit. Something cheap. You probably still win. The kid's unreal, right? You probably still find a way. And hopefully we'll have some streaming going for that one for you guys too. If any local Calgary guys are around next weekend and want to sit in, that would be great. I can teach anybody how to do this super easy. This system that we use called Wirecast for the streaming is foolproof, super easy to use. $32-31. How unbelievable is this match, you guys? Do me a favor, click that share button again one more time. Click that thumbs up on the YouTube. This is just unbelievable. These guys are putting on such a great show. What more could we ask for here? Nitin says he'll play me some snooker. 12-3 spot? I need balls, mate. I need balls, my mate. And a lot of balls, like a lot of points, man. I need a lot of points in that game. I don't even know how many. You probably know better. You could probably give me 60 and whoop me. Clinton, welcome. And you're welcome. Hold your breath. Bro, it's Holmber. Yeah, hold your breath, guys. Hold your breath. Holmber's in. Holmber is in the building with John DLC. Tell John DLC if he wants in that Fargo Fair Match 10 ball, he's got to pay his entry fee. Saw his comment on the Facebook post, but it's paid entries are getting their name on the list. We don't do just, hey, put me on the list. No, you got to pay to get in. Nitin says, no spot, you too good. Well, not too good at snooker, my friend. I don't play that game ever. I don't have a cue. I'd need to borrow a cue. You'll take 8, 9, 10 and try in 10 ball. With the sweaty emoji, yeah, I bet. I bet you're sweating that answer. The laughy sweating emoji. Because, no. I ain't giving up big spots to guys I've never even played. That seems crazy thing to do. I'll try you some even. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll work on it from there. See how we match up. Peter Mason, how many entries so far? I think there's about 35, 40 entries in that now. I haven't updated the list yet. I think it's closer to 40 entries now for the Fargo Fair Match. Shout out to Tan. Now's the time. You ever want to find your break and come with it, Eric? Just put a little 4-pack on him. 3-pack would be sufficient, you know, to start. Go from there. Cue ball popping right towards that side pocket. Gets a nice kiss. If you guys watch SVB break, that's what he does. He pops it so hard that when he mishits it, it's coming past the side and getting kissed a lot. And he's missing that scratch. What a break. At a super time in the match. Look at the 1 to the 2 to the 3, 4, 5 is all right there. It's all there for him. What a break. What a time to come with a big break. I actually like trying to play the 2 into the corner next, but oftentimes in these super high pressure situations, you got to be playing in the corner, the closest pocket. So you see him spin around, and I like that. I like that. It's just easy to land a little off angle sometimes, which I think he has. Okay, he can get there. That's where he needs to get. Doesn't look disappointed. You're pretty sure when the match started the shirt wasn't inside out? Maybe it's like a rally cap thing. Maybe Erik's inside out shirt is like a rally cap thing. Yeah, it's definitely inside out because you can see the tag there now, eh? That's pretty great. I just noticed that. I thought we were kind of joking about it being inside out. Yeah, maybe just halfway through the match, you just turned it inside out. It's like putting the rally cap on, the backwards baseball cap. Okay, I think I like where he's pushed the 10 there. At first glance, you think, well, maybe it covers some of the angles to get on the 7 into the corner, but I don't think it does because you want some angle on the 7 anyway. And then the 9 to the 10 transition is going to be nice and easy from here, I think. Tough to tell from up here, and it's always easy from way back here in the booth behind a closed door. I make all the balls from back here. And the nerves got to be running really high right now. Wants lots of angle on this 5. Yeah, you see him pointing because he would like to play one rail towards the 7. Then you're going in the line of the 7. But you might have to use 2 rails here, and then speed control needs to be at a premium. This is the key shot in the rack here. You feel, does he punch it one rail? Does he use 2? He's using 2, and he's landing pretty good. He'd love to slow down a bit. You have a touch more angle than he'd want, but this is okay. This is better than not enough angle where you're going to end up shooting the 8 off the rail. Erik's very good at calming himself for the big shot. He goes for the sip of water. He goes for the towel. He goes for the powder, and he amps himself up for these moments. Or rather, the opposite, calms himself down. Got to kind of really try to control the heart rate. When your heart is pounding really fast, your hand starts shaking a bit. So you got to try to stay calm out there. You have some breathing exercises, and I find the work off the table really helps those things. You overcut that one just a little bit. That's why you see him back for the powder again and the towel, because that was a little nervy moment. I mean, my heart's pounding fast. I don't know about you guys, but I'm nervous out there. This is incredible pool these guys are playing. Super high level play under so much pressure. Such a long race, such a close match. It looks like he's hit this one perfect. And for the touch, the speed control to be so perfect under this much pressure from Erik Vargas on the comeback train. This has been a real treat to watch. Needs to bear down here still. Gets himself nice and close to this 10 ball with the perfect little angle. Sometimes straight in from there is actually not good. Sometimes straight in from there makes it easy to rattle it a little bit. But from here, I think this is much higher percentage than straight in. Erik Vargas hearing it from the home crowd. They're trying to will him into winning this one 32 all. Can you believe the show these guys are putting on for us? Unbelievable pool. Unbelievable how good they match up. And shout out to Leather Pocket Billiards for hosting this one and giving us these amazing conditions to play on. Shout out to my brother Benny Francisco cleaning the tables every day. We're spoiled here. We really are spoiled. We got these arena lights. Keeping it nice and bright out there. Nothing to hitch your cue on over the table. And these Arcos 2 balls. In my opinion, the best ball set out there for sure. Just play properly. The cue ball reacts off the object ball, and all the stuff that you think is supposed to happen physics-wise, it just happens the way it's supposed to, if that makes sense. And I think at this point the crowd would love to see Hill, right? Race to 3 for all the tomatoes and potatoes in Canada. Erik chalking up the cue. It's the biggest moment of the match so far. Every game so crucial now. Every lead's going to put big pressure on your opponent. Let's watch the break. He smacks it perfectly. The 1's going to go in. The 2 is going to dress up. And you can hear Steph Toy in the background there cheering him on. He'll love that because he's heard Steph cheer him on to many wins before. They're playing for a fair amount. Playing for a fair amount. I'm not sure exactly how much in the middle, guys, but I know it's a bit. Rogelio, yeah, it'd be nice to add some audio for Erik's fans. I could almost set up the other mic. To where I could turn my mic off, turn that one on at the end of a rack. Let's see if we can negotiate that later on here. I could peek the mic like out the window of the stream booth. I usually hold my breath for the entire match, says Gino. I feel like I could hold my breath for the rest of this match. Yeah, he found his break, Josh. That's right, pal. Erik found his break. Smacked that one nicely. The problem is that 1 ball keeps going in. You know they're not really wanting it to go in, but they got the cue ball popping in the middle of the table where it's, I mean, it's usually okay if it goes in. They got a shot on the 2 or the 3. In this case, the 2. And he's got to draw this one back at the window between the 7-10. I kind of like what he did there. You got to kind of take what you can get sometimes. He would have loved to get the window between the 7-10 and then get closer to the 4. But I don't think he could take the risk. So I think playing it this way and then just being a little further away from the 4 should be manageable, and you got to bet on yourself with the talent that you have. Grant, you got that, buddy. Time to get loud at Leather Pocket. Cheer our man on to the win here. Nice shot there. Nice shot. He got a little closer to this 4 than I thought he could. 6 ball. Calling the 6 ball. How big is this shot? How big is this shot, you guys? He gets this one down. A couple balls over a hole next. Fleming, it's 32 all. Can you believe it? I can believe it. These guys match up so well. Only 2 points difference in the Fargo, and 32-32. They couldn't match up better. Through all the games they've played, there's 3 games difference between them. Erik winning the first match, 35-30. Julio winning the second match, I believe it was 35-27. Could be off by a game there, but Unbelievable that nothing separates them. Almost nothing after all these games. John Brown, yeah. This guy is not bad. What a shot. What a shot. And the crowd cheering him through each shot now, and I really like that. I really like that. It's okay to, like, cheer in the middle of the game when he makes a good shot and give him some energy, you know? And I will say, it's okay for them to cheer for Julio, too, when he makes a super shot. I'd be the first one to clap when he makes a good one, too. Oh, the adrenaline has got to be absolutely flowing now. How does he get from the 7 to the 8 will be the question here. Does he take angle and come around to play the 8 in the lower right after he shoots a 7? The eraser, says Swag Shooter. That's right. That's what they call him. Soft on the spin, getting down towards the 7. This is nice. This is really nice. He's got really good position here where he can do a couple different things. He could just play this nice and easy with the top back to middle table. Or what I sometimes like here is playing a little more left spin and going to the second rail, because then you're coming at the 8. I think that's what we're going to see him do. You're coming right at the 8, right in the line that you need to be on. Yeah, you guys want to get some bets in. Best to always do it in the private chat there in the PM. The PMs. Okay, how's the speed? He's coming right at it. Needs it to slow down a bit. He looks to be inch perfect ball in hand shape. I'm holding my breath too, guys. Gotta stay smooth with the extension there, and he did. He's okay. A little shake of the head, but he's fine. It's just a little more pressure on this 10 ball than he would love. He wanted to smooth that one back a little more, but he's okay. Still a big favorite here. Make this 10 ball. He's got it down, and the crowd loves it. The crowd loves it, you guys. Get on down here if you're in the area. Come cheer this man on. He is fighting hard for the hometown crowd. You love to see it. What heart he's showing. Erik the Eraser. I got to run to the washroom too, guys. I'll be right back. Can't miss it, though. I'm running. Excuse me there, guys. We're back. And we're ready. Erik got the balls racked how he wanted them. Took a little longer there, but it's such a big moment in this match that you can't blame him for taking his time. Try to get those balls racked the way he wants them. Do me a favor, guys. Smash that share button one more time. Click that thumbs up on the YouTube. Just catching up with some of the chat in there, too. Yeah, I don't got no money, says J Money. Julio's from Miami. All right, let's watch this break. And thanks, Grant. And yeah, you nailed it, man. The heart these two are showing is unmatched. Wow, how many times did the cue ball get kissed and not go in? What a huge moment. What a huge, huge moment. He's hooked on the one, but and probably playing some tricky little push out, but this is a million times better than ball in hand. And he's flirted with that scratch in that right side pocket a little bit. Managed to power it up just enough to avoid some kisses to go in there this time. Maybe a sign that it's his turn. Little back and forth. Maybe they got a fourth match in them. You never know. Maybe Julio stick around. Maybe doesn't got to go back to Puerto Rico yet. Rather, Miami. And you're welcome, Keith Yowser in the chat there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody out there tuning in. I appreciate all the nice compliments too. I do my best with the commentary, but I really enjoy watching these guys, so they make it easy. And I know you're joking, J Money. Yeah, the pool gods kept that cue ball out of there. Okay, so Erik gonna leave a piece of the one ball here. Sliver of it. Smart push out. Not the jump shot. That's not what he was leaving here. He's leaving a sliver of the one with a very tough safety. And that's about all he could do. And I've said it before, you're never the favorite when you're playing the push out. But he definitely didn't have an option there. And I think he's played a smart one, you know. He's pushed the 10 away from the pocket where there was maybe an early win with like a 2-10 combo. And he's left the cue ball semi near the rail. And put Julio to the test. Sometimes really tough to hand these ones back. You hand it back and the guy just finesses the jump in or kicks safeties you or edges it and safeties you. You feel like you really missed something. Man, he's got the jump cue out. This feels like a tall task. Long way over the 6. Tough to keep both balls on the table here. Yeah, and the bridge is a little sticky. What I mean by that is just a little tricky to get the hand in there with where the side pocket is, and the bridging is a little tough. Does Erik have the short cue out? Or does Erik have the edge of this with a safety in mind behind the 7 is what I at first glance thought was going to happen here. Or could he hit it so thin to get behind the 10? Does he have a kick safe? Or he hits off the end rail into the 1 and try to get below the 10? Yeah, very smart push. And there's a huge crowd out there, guys. When I ran to the washroom, massive, massive crowd out there. They've formed all around this to try to cheer on Erik to the finish line. And I'm going to try to set up the other mic over there, just peeking out the window to where maybe you guys would be able to hear the crowd in between racks when Erik snaps this one off. So just give me a second, guys. I'm going to peek the mic towards the window a little more. Okay, I got it set in a little spot. We'll see if See if we can get the crowd in it a little more. Erik with a tough shot here. What's he looking at? What's he looking at? What's he called here? The 10. It's going to bash it that hard. I can't see that happening. What's he called over there, guys, in the top right? The 1? Can he bank the 1 over there? Does he have enough of it? I don't think so, because I think Julio would have shot it if that was available, because you can bank the 1 to the top rail and get the cue ball going long. I feel like the 10 ball's in the way of that. He's looking at the kick shot again. There's a little kick safety there, but it's very tough. Very tough. Smart push, though. Like I mentioned, you're never the favorite when you're pushing out, but you got to push into these really tricky little spots. He was probably praying that Julio would take on the jump. He was probably praying Julio would shoot this jump. Yeah, okay. Kind of forced himself into it, you know. Everything else is tough, but he had to leave it tough, right? This is going to bring the house down. He makes this shot. Yeah, we'll get some volume from out there. Shot clock violation, says John Brown. Can you imagine? Race 35 shot clock would be real tough, man. You want to be able to take your time, especially in these big situations. Yeah, it's so hard to keep both balls on the table there. Tough situation, but, I mean, you're never going to get the better of it when you have to push out. It's just the way the game is. Push was too good, yeah. Wasn't a lot he could do on that push, but maybe leave a little more of the 1 and then hope he had a better opportunity after Julio's safety, you know. Sometimes that's another one of the take your medicine things. Sometimes you got to just push to an obvious spot where he's going to play it safe and then kind of chess him, where you know he's going to put it over there and then you can kick it back safe or jump it or do something. But, and it's kind of taking your lumps, you know. Sometimes you try to do too much. You put yourself in a spot like Erik did. All the pressure on you to come with a big shot like that. Very tough. He hit it pretty good in his defense. He did hit it pretty good. If the 1 just hits the back of the pocket, it's going to go in. But it kind of clipped the rail first, I think, on the way in, like a bit of the horn, and that's what sent it off the table. And yeah, Ali, I'm thinking the same thing, man. You let this guy at the table, he could just run this one out and clean 2 quick racks. We've seen him do it. He breaks so good. You don't want to let him feel any confidence, that's for sure. But, man, the pressure has to be so high right now. Every ball a little tougher. This for 33-33. And you can hear Julio's corner trying to cheer him on. Trying to keep him in this one. Race to 2 for all the cheddar cheese to be had. John Schmidt, there's a good commentator. I love this guy's commentating. Probably one of the best out there that hasn't done as much of it as I'd love to hear. But he's really good at analyzing the game. He's got such a great mind for the game. Man, I love this shirt. That's why I like this poster. Shout out to my sponsors, Predator and Jam Up Apparel. Predator Cues. Go check them out, jamupapparel.com. And they collabed, and beautiful collaboration between the two. One of my favorite Jam Up jerseys, that one. Yeah, the jump was always trouble. That's right. How much cheddar, they want to know. I'm not sure how much cheddar, you guys, but I know it's a lot of cheddar. Okay, Julio's got the rack how he wants. Man, the nerves have got to be running, like Nazmul said there. I can't imagine. My hands will be shaking too. My knees will be shaking. I can remember a couple times just so nervous or so excited, or a combination of both, that my knees quivered a little bit. This break's going to tell us a lot about this match. Cue ball gets kissed. One ball's going over the hole, and he's going to have a nice look at it. 9 ball goes, or the 5 ball, what ball was that? 7 ball goes in. Don't mind me, guys. It was one of those balls that went in the top right there. It's not really the ball that he's trying to make, but that ball does bank up there quite often. It's going to be about the 2 to the 3 and the 3 to the 4 here, because the 4 maybe only goes on the right side or the top left. And the 3 really only going in the bottom left comfortably. So some navigation here, but what a big rack and a big opportunity to get himself on the hill. But you know, the blood is flowing, because he got a lot of angle here. Now he might have to make up his mind where he wants to shoot this 3 ball. Is going to be in the right side pocket, or is he going to come around? But he's grooving. You can see either he is trying to just nod himself into this, or whatever song he's got playing right now is his jam. Got the buds in. And yeah, there's a good ballpark from Grant. Just betting a small car. Excuse me, guys. My voice is holding up. We're almost 9 hours in. I think I'm going to survive it. Only a couple racks to go. What a super match. Can you believe this? I mean, I can believe it. It is the tiebreaker match. You kind of expected this one to go the distance. And now it does bring up the point. What happens if they go hill-hill? If you guys are new to watching these big, long races for large amounts, often what happens is the guys don't want to play one rack for all of it. They'll do something like win by 2, like a tennis match. Or I've seen them quit, which is the worst thing. They'll never do that in this situation. But you see them start over and double the bet. Billy Thorpe call it back it and jack it. Or you'd see them add on some games, like add 7 games, something like that. So we never know what might happen if this goes hill-hill. How big is this shot? He's playing this 3-9 combo. 3 off the spot, onto the 9. He gins it. He gins it. He is a little straightish on this 3, so he needs to play a good shot here from the 3 to the 4. And then from the 4 to the 5's not a gimme. Yeah, double the bet, Steve K. That's right. Back it and jack it. But I've seen all kinds of crazy decisions when it goes hill-hill in a long race. Punches all the way down. He kisses the 6, and he's half ball hooked on the 4. Once he got here, I hate to call anything easy at this stage, but I think this safety's pretty routine. Tucking the 4 by the 10-8. Oh, he's punching it around. He had a full hit, and this is nicely controlled. And they're going to want a little referee to make sure the 6 doesn't move here, but I think all Erik has is the left side rail to attack this 4 ball. The nice thing is he's got 2 rails, like he could come in behind it, but the separation, not easy to get here. The full hit on the 4 there was, you like to say, a little fortunate. From how he hit the 3, he didn't have to land there, right? But he controlled the safe nice to freeze up on the 6 and make this hit very difficult. Erik can go 1 rail at it, jacked up or something, but okay, he's looking at tying up the 8. And under pressure, this is probably the right ploy. Watch you don't wire up the combo. Watch you don't overhit it, have it bounce out. Nice control. He's not going to love his next shot. If he gets one, he's not going to love it. But he's put the pressure on Julio here. Make him do something, right? And I tell you what, under the heat of the moment, I don't know if I love shooting here. Better to be shooting here than not shooting here, but this is tricky. You got to land right there on the 5. Then you got to land inch perfect on the 6 to try to break it out. Good call out there, guys. Lake McKay, Nasmol calling the tie up the 8-10. Very smart. You guys have watched a little pool before, right? Is that a foul? Albert says, yeah, I think that was a foul by Erik, yeah. Okay, let's see what he's got. And yeah, 3 foul rule is in effect out there, guys. We've seen it once from each player so far in this match. Looks pretty good. Is it maybe too much angle? Just kind of hesitated here a little. Is he going into the 10 with the cue ball? From my vantage point, the camera angle looks like he's going into the 10 with the cue ball and not the 8. Oh, and he's crafty. This is smart. He's trying to get straight on this 8 where he can knock it around off 3 rails again and stun under the 10. Very similar to the last safety. And he calls this one in the bottom right. Not because he's trying to make it, but just in case it goes in. He's executed this really nicely. But this is going to land a little bit near the pocket. I mean, a little bit by the pocket. This is still really, really tough. And you got to make a good decision here. Do you go 1 rail or 2? So what does everybody think? Well, Erik's ran, I think, to the washroom. What does everybody think? You go 2 rails at this ball or 1? Do you go to the top rail, then the left side rail to try to pot the 8? Be coming right kind of at the pocket line. I don't hate it. Or do you go the left side rail, which maybe the side pocket is in the line a bit, but maybe not, because you want to aim on the low side, the bottom side of the side pocket, and hit this one kind of hard, I think. Big decision. Yeah, 2 rails. I like the 2 rails. Josh Myers likes the 1 rail. Chase says 3 rails underneath. Yeah. Yeah, he's got the 2 rails underneath. How about that? It's probably smart. Get a little safety. And that would be bringing out his inner Efren if he could do that. Albert says the where shot. And the 3 railing behind it is not a bad call, you know? Edward thinks so too. 1 and hard, let the luck talk, says Ali. Well, this is a really big shot. Erik's so good with the kick. Benny Sutherland with the one option we never called was the jump. Just get over it. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah, call the 10 because he wants to get the cue ball going up table, right? Excuse me, guys. Just starting to lose the voice now. 10 hours in? No. We're only 9 hours in. Safety is called. Safety is called. Or he just told Julio to sit still. 1 rail is bad for the separation. Yeah, 3 rail's good for the separation, but tough to get in behind it. I like the 2 rail for the separation. The one he's looking at here, you know, once he looked at that, I kind of like that. But he needs to pray to the pool gods here. Drive right by it. He really misjudged that one because he was coming into the back of it, if anything, which is not at all how he was trying to hit it. He's trying to come across the top of it, and he's not going to be happy with himself there. Tricky one. It was tricky. Good safety from Julio. Couple nice tight safeties in that game. He's going to win him this one. And get him on the hill first. You can hear a bit of Julio's corner there. They're loving what they're seeing. The hands are sweating big now, let me tell you. Julio still under some big pressure. It's heavy out there. Yeah, great game. What a match these guys are having, really. What more can you ask for? And I think somebody said in the chat, I think it was Aaron Arganoza, no matter what happens, both these guys are champions. Loser's going to hang their head, of course, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't. They should hold their head high knowing that. They showed a lot of heart out here. Battling like warriors. Hey, no cursing in the chat, Lake. Oh, he hits this one with the soft pop. That's been so successful throughout the match. The 1's over the hole. The 4 is in the game. The 4 is in the game. It's never that easy, right, Julio? Oh, that's got to be gut-wrenching because he's got a wry little smile on his face because he knew it was close. And look at how the balls lay. If the 4 stayed out of the way there, he was like 90% favorite to just run this one out. And now it's decision time. Do you kick safety or do you push to the kick safety? Oh, this one always had the makings of Hill, right? How exciting is right, Teresa? How exciting indeed. Yeah, he measured for a while, and then he didn't hit the ball. But, man, the nerves are running so high. The one thing that I didn't bring up, too, on that kick shot was his cue ball was, like, dead frozen on the rail, which made controlling the spin a lot harder. And I think that's really what we saw happen there was Erik tried to really finesse the side spin to hit that ball, and deflection might have got the better of him. You know, if you're playing left side spin, the ball's going to push to the right a little, and that would make sense. That's where he missed the ball on, was to the right of it. Julio just nestling up to that ball after the push out. Erik going to thin it. Excuse me, guys. And Erik leaves it right there. And is it frozen? Is the question. And they're going to have the ref look at it. I'd like to have the ref here, to be honest. Need to do a Filipino prayer here. That's right. Okay, I got the ref in to watch it. This is a tight one, guys. Oh, how beautiful of a shot. Really, really nice touch, and you can see Erik just distraught. And because that has put him in a very, very tough position. That's why you see them both standing here like this, because they're both trying to figure out what Erik might do and if they need a ref, but that is a devastating kick safety. Erik's got to lift his head up here and just try to find a shot. But Julio coming with the good safeties at the end of this match. That was strong. That was strong, that shot. Big trouble. Either way, they're going to need the ref here, I think. Unless Erik's just conceding the foul. You'd really hate to see it at this stage. Yeah, might not have a choice. Might not have a choice. He's wondering if he just gives him ball in hand. Because I don't know so much that the one ball goes. Maybe he needs to play off the side of the one to make the four, but I think that's there, you know. I don't think you can just give him ball in hand here without moving the four or the one. And how do you do that? Don't watch, guys. Don't watch. This is a tough spot. Yeah, there was no foul there. They got the ref in there nice and tight, close to the ball. They got the video, and neither one of them asked for it. So there was no foul here. Just some really nice strategy from Julio with the push. Erik gives it back. Then Erik plays a nice safety in return, but Julio plays such a beautiful kick safety. And now Erik's in big trouble. I think, yeah, sometimes you just got to roll the dice, man. It might seem crazy at 34-33, but sometimes you got to bash at this kick shot, right? And just hope that you get some separation somehow. The one's going to probably stay over the hole is the problem. And it's so difficult even just to get a half ball hit here. Off the rail at speed. Maybe the five's kind of in the way of the line as well. Try to bank the one into the pack and tie it up. Yeah, it's tough, man. Smash it and get lucky. I like that. Off the side rail. It's so tough. What do you do, right? Bank the 5 onto it. It's not a bad call, Jackson. I'm not even sure he has that, though, you know? Might be able to bank the 5 underneath it. Off that point, off the second rail to get the hit. But what happens, right? What happens? Extension called, Ben Sutherland. Well, this is worst case scenario for us. I don't have a second camera angle for this match. He might be blocking our view of this one if he goes that way. Well, I don't think he goes that way. I don't think it's there. I think it's off the side rail. He's got to take his time on this one. There's no way you just get up and pound at this one. There's no obvious shot here, and this is the match in this one shot. You can never, ever blame him for taking his time here. Anybody that says he's taking too long, they don't know nothing about pool. Jump off the rail and land on it. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, right? Now he's maybe trying to put the 5 on top of stuff. Or is he just kicking one rail at speed at this one? It's a beautiful hit. It's a beautiful hit. It's beautiful. Unbelievable. Unbelievable shot. No, I don't have the camera angle from table 15, Jackson. It's not working. Oh, he left him the cut. He just misses the scratch. Is he getting the window between the 9-10 here to see the deuce? I think he is. What a great shot on the 1 from Julio. Gambled there to get somewhere on the 2. I don't think he has a pot on the 2. If he does, it's extremely lucky. Off a couple of horns to get the gap there. He did make a good pot. I think it's the safety, you know. He's looking at cue ball right there. And the 2 onto the bottom rail underneath the, I think, the 9-10, but he might try to get the 2 underneath the 8. Yeah, man, what a great shot from Erik. You know, that might have been the best shot we saw this match. To hit it at that speed and get that kiss, get the cue ball separated, and leave such a tough shot on the 1. That was high-level stuff, man. He's going to call the bank here. He's going to call the bank here. And I kind of like this. You need to, like, go for some of these shots, you know. He's got some two-way option, and when it goes in, you're on the 3. The cue ball's into the 4. He makes the 4. He's a mile away from the 3 here, though. This is such a big shot. 2 great shots from Julio, though. Bringing it right at the end here with all the pressure on. 2 big, big shots. Showing some real heart and determination, both these players. You love to see it. This is the big shot of the match. He pumps it. He crashes into the 9, and look at the 8 getting in the game, folks. How you like that? There's another twist here. Wiggle, wiggle, says Dominic. Unbelievable. The wry smile from Julio, and now he's got to make a choice here. Do you jump at this one? He jumps so strong, but the kick is so tempting with the ball near the hole. You got to put him as a big favorite to make either one. Maybe not a big favorite, but at least 60-40-ish. Unless the 9 is in the way of this one rail kick. And how much adrenaline do you think is coursing through his veins right now after that? My heart would be just pounding. Let's go 8-ball. Jump all day, says Jackson. I thought that too. Easy jump, right? The reason he's thinking about this kick shot, I think it comes with maybe more position, or maybe this is just a little closer to the 8 than what we can see. I like the position from the jump shot too. You're going to get a shot inside on the 8 a lot. Yeah, a lot of players out there jumping it, but under pressure, the jump is tough too, right? Both shots are tough under pressure, but where he's measuring this is so close to the 9 that I think you guys are all absolutely right. You shouldn't put your cue on the table to measure like that. I will say that. Nobody's ever going to call a foul for that, but you shouldn't do that, just for all you pool watchers out there. Pool players, maybe just don't do that. Shouldn't do that. It's in the rule book, technically. Technicalities. Here it comes. Speedy gets the hit, and he's going to leave a tricky little bank for Erik, but Erik would be thrilled to have any shot here. He casually walks to the bathroom. Quentin, technically the way he did it was the exact definition of the foul. You can't put your cue down and use it as a measuring device there, but I don't think it was any, it was helping him a lot in that situation. I think he overthought it, to be honest. And you guys are all, I think, right. He probably should have jumped that one. Half ball over the 8. Imagine Hill and they quit. Well. It's too bad we don't have the overhead view here. If they were playing on the other table, on table 15, we might have the overhead, and then we could see how tough this bank is. But I will say, Erik's played a lot of one pocket, and this is very much a one pocket bank shot. And yeah, it's not a tournament, but you also, like, you can't, even though it's not a tournament match, you still can't measure in other ways. You can't get a measuring tape out or anything like that. I'm not saying Erik ever calls a foul there. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me mixed up here. I'm just saying, for the fans out there, you just don't want to do that. I'm not saying anybody ever calls a foul there. I'm just saying. Dunn knows all about this. They'll get all over you when you say the wrong thing, but what a big bank shot with position on the 8. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. I can't believe this is going to go hill. This is unbelievable. Erik 2 shots away from getting it hill. And WPA changed the rule. Oh, and that's good to know too, you know. I like that. You can lay your cue on the table. People that call foul on that sit down to pee. That's funny. Yeah, and the guy's got to use the bathroom. Race to 35 and see how many times you got to pee. Man, I love the chat. I love you guys in the chat. This has been a lot of fun. You guys. Can you believe this? What a match these guys are giving us here. Unbelievable. I got goosebumps, guys. You guys got goosebumps too. This is crazy. Oh, and he's so nicely on this 10. I'm taking a deep breath for him because you got to really just be sure. This match was always meant to be hill, right, Justin Lee? I feel like we all knew it right from, like, the early stages of this match, and they just kept it so close the whole time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable action here at Leather Pocket. Erik with the 10 to get Hill. Can hear the crowd there, guys. They're really trying to get behind him. I think there was a small question there maybe about extending it or doing something, and I think Erik just kind of pointed like, no, we're just going to play one rack. It's my break. He's going to clean the balls here. Unbelievable. Can you guys believe you witnessed this? How many of you guys have been in there since the start? How many watched the whole thing with me? Wild stuff. Let's go, says Sonia. Leather pocket owner in there. She's loving this. A couple shouts out to some sponsors here before we wrap it up. For the last rack, Lackno Billiards, my man Tony Haynes with Lackno. He's a diamond dealer. He's the guy who's got these tables playing so perfect for these gentlemen. And, of course, we got Nick's Q Innovation. Our guy, Nick Manuel, always taking care of the players here in Calgary. He's such a great ambassador of the game. He takes care of the junior players, but he's just a wizard with a lathe. Doing the tip repairs and whatnot. Give him a shout, guys. Jam Up Apparel. You gotta love them for the jerseys. Get your team jerseys through them. Vegas coming up not too far away. It's right around the corner. It'll sneak up on you. Get your orders in soon. jamupapparel.com. You can see this sweet jersey here. Shout out to Predator as well. One of my sponsors, Predator Qs. All kinds of nice designs on the Jam Up website there. Nice collab from Predator and Jam Up. This is it, guys. One rack. Flip the coin, double it up. Yeah, we need a mic on these guys. Man, is this unbelievable or what? On the snap, Vincent, says Brian Butler. I like that. Let's go. One time. Wow. What a match. Both these guys, I don't care what happens here. You hold your head high. This has been such an incredible display of heart and determination from both players. Really just unbelievable. And it should be said, Julio made such a nice shot in that last rack. He got super unlucky that the 8 kissed in the game there. Yeah, the roof's going to get blown off when Erik wins this one, right? Ben Sutherland, I love it. Don't be waxing those balls. The cue ball gets kissed in. He's lost it over there so many times, and no way the 210 just dressed up. Silence, stunned silence from the crowd. OMG. Albert says, don't scratch. Did you really say that, Albert? Did you really say that? I'm going to forever blame you for that scratch. Just hope they both have fun. Yeah, well, for the loser here, it's real hard to have fun. And I like Dunn's comment in there. If they play one rack, then it's one rack. If they do something else, then, you know, you do what the players do with all the people that got something on the side here. Makes a good point there in the YouTube chat. How do I commentate so unbiasedly? This is a tough one, Dunn. This is a tough one. Okay, we'll let him off the hook this time, Aussie, if his comment was after the scratch. WTF. Are you kidding me? What a moment to scratch. I love that he's not looking at the 210 here. But, man, if I'm him, I'm looking at the 210. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how you could not look at it. Why not just have the nerves running high for 2 shots, then have it for 9 shots? 10 shots, rather. There's all 10 balls out there. I mean, the layout is okay. Just, I mean, it's so nervy out there, right? You do often see players just trying to go for that early win in these situations. What a match. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think he's got to get the window between the 9 and the 5 here, and going to have a bit of a longer one on the 4, getting back to the 5. Going to be pressure on that shot. Anything can happen here under massive amounts of pressure. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Do me a favor, click that share button one more time. It's Hill for all the cheese. 4 to the 5, key shot. This is the key because the 6 is over the hole. But so much pressure on every ball here. Comes with a smooth follow. He'd rather not deal with the 6, and he's not going to be. Cueing clean at this 5. All he really needs is a stop shot. Does he get to the short side of the 7, or does he get to the right side rail nice and tight up there and try to get straight on the 7? That'll be the decider. And he's got pretty good on this 6 to get over here where he's going to point. Yeah, lots of viewers. You love to see it, Teresa. That's right. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. It's been a jam-packed day of great pool. Well, he has landed with a bit more angle than he would probably love. And now he's got to maybe deal with a little kiss here. Or is he going to soft draw, kind of stun this one off the horn there? Man, he gave himself something to deal with here. This is one of the best matches ever. This should go down as one of the best matches of all time, really, between any 2 players. Wow. That ball is never in on table 23. I'm sure Dunn loved seeing that. I'm sure Dunn loved seeing that. Can you believe that ball wiped its feet in there? I thought it was rattling all day the way he hit it. Asking for the commentator's curse. I've said it before. It's really hard to curse these super top players, but he's out all day long here. All day long, you guys. That ball doesn't have to go in, you know. It wiggled its way in. Oh, he's landed perfect on this 9 ball. Look at this. Scratch on the break from Erik. Something you never want to see at Hill Hill. It wasn't the easiest out, but Julio's done a great job to get out from there under maximum pressure. And this 10 ball, still a bit of a nervy shot. Let's listen for the crowd. Stunned silence. Minus 2 guys clapping. 3 guys clapping in Julio's corner. Well, Erik's going to be gutted, but he should hold his head high. That was an incredible match by both these guys. Julio, man, what a heart. What a heart. What a heart from Julio. He really showed it to us over these 3 matches. Been a pleasure having him here. Thank you guys so much for sticking around for the whole match. What a match. We couldn't ask for more, right? They gave us everything we wanted to see. And congrats to Julio. Jackson says same time Monday. Yeah, we'll wait and see if there's a rematch, but I have a feeling that's it, guys. I have a feeling that's it. Maybe we'll see Julio back one day, but until then, good luck to him on the road. Good luck to Erik in his next match, wherever it may be. Whoever it may be with, we can only hope they match up as good as this and give the crowd what they want to see. All right, guys, have a good night. Looks like the internet's going to cut out just in time. Good night, everyone. Thank you guys all once again for tuning in. Shout out to Leather Pocket. And make sure if you haven't already, click the like and the follow on Leather Pocket Facebook page. Click the like and the follow on Q Sports Live page. And maybe check us out next weekend. Little live stream action. If I can get some help on the live stream, we'll be streaming this tournament. That's it, guys. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Stay safe out there.